Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast, and we're back for the early picks for UFC 281. It's at Madison Square Garden, and this is going to be a big night, Loaf. I see some underdogs I like here. I see some good favorites up and down this card, but we're going to kick it off with the prelim opener. Nikolai Nagamaru, can't even really pronounce that, against Carlos Ulberg, Israel Adesanya's training partner. He's 7-1. And he's a very good striker, but other than that, you know, his decisions are Fabio Cherant, not too great. I don't think I'm going to be siding with him on this one. I think Nikolai might get this done here by decision, or maybe even on the feet. His last fight was a knockout against Eeyore, and that was wild. And I'm going to have to be backing him, Loaf. What do you think on this one?
This one, Carlos Ulberg, I know he doesn't look like he has some good stats. He says 8.91 for significant strikes landed per minute, but then again, too, this is just UFC stats right now, and his only fights were Tafon and people like, you know, pretty low caliber. And Nikolai, you know, just got the knockout over Eeyore, like he was saying. And Nikolai being 13-1, almost double the fights. So I got to go Nikolai. I'm going to go Nikolai, probably get this done by finish. He has, 11 finishes out of 13 wins.
Yeah, that's a lot of finishes.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Nikolai. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but Nikolai.
Nagamaru.
I'm going to go Nikolai to get it done by a finish in this one.
Yeah, let's go Nikolai. I'm going to have him on a couple parlays likely. I really like him there in that spot. And Nikolai's actually a $2 dog right now?
Yeah, $2 dog.
Wow. That's a good price for Nikolai. Very good price.
Try to get it early.
Yeah, try to get in on the bets early. The lines are going to move here. There's a guy on the card later here that's already jumped about 30 cents. So you got to get in early to get your bets. Best price on your bet. If not, you might want to throw more money down as the lines move. Next up, we got a good underdog here. Juliet Irsay and Montel Jackson. Loaf, what do you think about this one? This is a pretty close fight.
Yeah, with this one, I got to go Julio Irsay, I'd say. I mean, the stats are good. They look good. I mean, Montel's got those four average takedowns, but I mean, like, and Montel's another person I find he's been fighting low caliber people, JP Buys and Jesse Strider, and you know, I don't feel like he's ready for Irsay. Irsay has fought Song Yadong, Andre Ewell, and then he won his last fight. I forget who it was against, but it was a good fight. And I gotta go with the person who has more experience with tougher people. I gotta go Julio Irsay, probably by decision in this fight.
Yeah, Julio's looking good right now. His loss was Song Yadong, got finished there, but I don't think Montel is going to finish him in this spot. I think the underdog here might get it done by decision. Big decision loss to Hakeem Dawodu.
Split though.
You know, he has that experience in the bag. He knocked out Julian Erosa.
Yeah, like both of his losses, besides Song Yadong, have been split decisions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, he obviously did pretty good in those fights. And, I mean, he got to win over Julian Erosa as well.
Yeah, it seems like he's fighting the higher caliber of fighters here. So, I'm going to have to side with the 275 dog right now, Julio or Irsay. I expect that to go even closer. And maybe it's going to go to a 230, 250 maybe. I see a lot of value in Julio Irsay this weekend here. Nope, who we got next?
We got Michael Chisano and Sungwoo Choi.
Yeah, I'd stay away on this one for sure.
Yeah, this one definitely stay away for bets. You know, this one, two fighters that are kind of on and off in the UFC. They have it like some wins, but you know, I mean, it's hard to say with that one. But I mean, if you're gonna side with anybody, I'm personally gonna lean towards Sungwoo Choi. Sungwoo Choi has quite a bit of knockouts, and I feel like he might just edge this one out. I'm not sure. He is a favorite right now. And I did pick two underdogs right off the bat, so I'm definitely going to go Sungwoo Choi probably to get this one done.
Yeah, for me, Trezano, he's not looking great. Lost to Hakeem, lost to Lucas Almeida, lost to Grant Dawson. His only win is over Louis Pena, who's cut, and Ludovic Klein by a decision. You know, he's not really doing too much right now in the UFC. But Sungwoo Choi not looking great, got submitted by Alex Caceres there. Lost by a split to Josh Cooleybow. Showed his toughness for sure in that one.
I like his decision over Yusuf Zalal, though, and then also KO over Julian Erosa.
Yeah, looking earlier, he has put it on and I think he might be putting it on here. He
Went
also
to decision with Mosvar.
Yeah. Decision with Mozart and submission loss to Gavin Tucker, not great. But he might have that experience, that big win over Zalal by decision, knocked out Julian Erosa. Yeah, you just got to side with Seung Choi. Not a great record, but yeah, he's a likable favorite, but I would not bet this at all.
No,
I'd
not
stay
near
away.
the bets. Yeah,
No. This is a complete stay away for me because Trezano isn't bad in his own rights.
Next up, we got Carolina Kowalkiewicz versus Silva Gomez Juarez.
Yeah, another stay away spot. Definitely a no bet situation here, but for the sake of my pick, I'm going Silva Gomez. Not much looking into this. Like, I'm definitely not going to bet it, but yeah, she's my pick for this fight.
I'm not going to put this one on any bets either. I'm going to stay away from it, but if I'm going to lean towards somebody, I am going to go with Carolina Kowalkiewicz. I think her stats are pretty good, and I just feel like that experience, a little more experience in the UFC, I feel like that will just edge it out. So I think Carolina will probably get this one.
Yeah, and her significant strikes are pretty high, Carolina, so that's a very good pick. Yeah, just definitely not betting it, but for my pick, I'll go against Loaf on that one. This is a big one. Ottman Azatar makes his return against Matt Frivola. And unfortunately, Matt Frivola, I think he might be sleeping after this one. What do you think, Loaf?
Yeah. No, I've liked Ottman Azatar since day one. I mean, I saw him when he came in against Kama Worthy, and his debut before that. I forget who it was against, but I remember watching both of them. And yeah, his hands are really, really good. And I mean, against Matt Frivola, I don't think Matt Frivola's going to be able to withstand Ottman. Ottman's almost got a 100% finish rate as well. He's got 10 knockouts out of 13 wins. So I got to go with Ottman Azatar to get this one. I'd say he'll get it done most likely by the KO, TKO, but I'd do it by finish just to be safe.
He has a lot of first-round finishes, too, there.
No, he's got 10 first-round finishes.
Next up, we got Andre Petrovsky versus Wellington Turman, who's training with Glover Teixeira, Alex Pereira, Dominic Reyes. But I really like Andre Petrovsky in this spot. You know, he's very good on the ground. He has lots of submissions there. And Wellington's likely wanting to go there, and that might not be a good decision in my opinion. So I'm going with the 8-1 Andre Petrovsky. Very promising. Last couple of fights, he's looked very good, and I think he's just going to continue to grow and look even better.
Yeah, no, Wellington Turman, like you said, he is trained with Pereira and Glover now, but that doesn't really change a fighter completely. And I mean, he's just not good enough in my eyes to get past Andre Petrovsky. Andre Petrovsky, he has a 100% finish rate. All of his 8 wins are finish. Wellington's, Wellington has been on and off in the UFC, and I can't go with Wellington Turman on this one, so I'm going to go Andre Petrovsky, probably by the finish for him if he has a 100% finish rate.
Next up, big underdog, Molly McCann, Erin Blanchefield. I'm going against the odds here. I'm going with the underdog. I think her hands might be too strong. I like her at that price. I don't really understand. If she can get past those takedowns or even get that late knockout, I think her hands are way too strong. And Erin Blanchefield has not seen those type of hands yet. And when she does, I don't know if she's going to keep walking through them or not. Or it might be a doctor stoppage. She might get hit too hard. Molly likes those elbows. She's got 2 spinning elbows.
Yeah. See, this is one for me that I like Molly McCann. She's a good striker, really good on the feet. It's all about whether she can keep it off the ground in this fight against Erin Blanchefield. And giving her last 2 or both knockouts, I mean, I don't think she's going to be getting a third finish. And I do think Erin Blanchefield probably slights this one out. I think she's going to be able to get some. She averages over 3 takedowns a fight. And Molly McCann, she's really good. I just think that she's going to lose this one to Erin Blanchefield. Erin Blanchefield's bet Miranda Maverick, J.J. Aldrich.
Yeah, pretty good wins.
I got to go by decision for Erin Blanchefield. She'll get some takedowns, get some control time, and I'd say she'll beat Molly McCann in that way, wrestling and grappling.
Next up, Dominic the Devastator Reyes coming back against Ryan Spann. And Dominic, he lost his last 3, but John Jones, former champ, Blachowicz, former champ, and then Yuri Prohaska, current champ. No shame in that. Before that, he's knocking out guys, winning by easy decisions. Huge win list there.
Yeah.
Literally undefeated before those 3 losses, so I think he comes back here in fashion and gets another knockout. This is a lock of the week probably for one of us.
Yeah.
Dominic Reyes.
I agree. Dominic Reyes, I mean, if I remember I watched the John Jones fight, and personally in my eyes, he won the John Jones fight. Outstruck him. I mean, John Jones did land 2 takedowns, but it was 2 out of 9. So, I mean, Dominic Reyes stuffed 7 of them.
Yeah.
Looked unreal on the feet.
Doubled up the numbers on the feet.
And just the time away he took between John Jones and Vahovic, I think that's why he lost to Vahovic. And then Prohaska. I mean, Prohaska's one of the top strikers in that, you know what I mean? Like,
he's a champ for a reason, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I got to go with Dominic Reyes. Ryan Spahn's he's not really a person that stands out in my eyes. And Dominic Reyes is a really good striker. And I think he comes back and gets a TKO over Ryan Spahn. Next up, we got Brad Riddell and Renato Moicano. For this one, I'm definitely going to be sticking with Riddell. I like Riddell a lot. I mean, he bet Drew Dober. He does have a loss to Jalen Turner and then Rafael Fiziev, but Rafael Fiziev is no joke of a fighter. I mean, he just bet Rafael dos Anjos.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Brad Riddell to get this one done by decision. I think Moicano, it's going to be a close fight. I think Moicano's going to make it close, but I think Brad Riddell edges it out in the judges.
Yeah. Big 7-fight win streak before his loss to Fiziev and Turner. I think he comes back. You know, Drew Dober, that was a big decision win. So I think he can stuff some takedowns or get some takedowns of his own against Renato Moicano. Be too good, too strong on the feet, have a better gas tank, and get this one done by decision. I got Brad Riddell on that one. This is a big fight. Dan Hooker's coming back against Claudio Puelles. But I think the 26-year-old gets it done here by submission. He has lots of knee bars in the UFC. He has 3 already. Snapping a record. So, unfortunately for Dan Hooker, he's getting fed some killers. And this guy's a killer on the ground. So, I can see a submission here for Claudio. What do you think, Lo?
This is another one that I wrote down. I passed on this one. I'm not going to be taking this one on any bets or nothing. I just think it's too close. I mean, Claudio should, in most ways, he should win this fight, I think. But Dan Hooker's one of those people, you know what I mean? Like, looked really good against Dustin Poirier. I went to decision with Dustin Poirier and had Dustin Poirier wobbled quite a few times. So, I mean, Claudio Puelles has 7 submissions out of 13 wins. I think he'll be better on the ground than Hooker, and I think if he wins the fight, that's going to be where he has to go, is the ground. So, I'm going to pass this one on my bets, but if I'm going to side to somebody, it's going to be Claudio Puelles, probably by the submission over Dan Hooker.
Smash that line.
And next up, we got Frankie Edgar and Chris Gutierrez. This one's going to be really close, I think. I think this one is another one that the lines are a little bit wide. I think just because Frankie Edgar, you know, obviously his last couple, he's got knocked out pretty good. But, I mean, that was against Marlon Vera and Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen just bet Song Yadong brutally. I mean, Corey Sandhagen's a really good striker. Marlon Vera, he was winning, I'd say, in that fight until...
he was likely winning that fight.
He was doing really good up until that kick. And, I mean, Marlon Vera and Corey Sandhagen are pretty well at the top of the bantamweight list right now. And, I mean, Chris Gutierrez, I don't think is there right yet. He has a win over Dana Bakary, but they're still just not up to that contender caliber. So, I mean, I think Frankie Edgar has the experience. He's going to edge this one out by decision over Chris Gutierrez.
Yeah. I think this could be it for the 41-year-old. Looking at he's lost 4 of the last 5. 41, like, I know he's looking good, but I think it could be a late finish here for Chris Gutierrez. On a hell of a streak right now. 6 wins, 1 draw. He's winning by a decision. His last fight was a knockout to Dana Bakary, so... And he also knocked out Vince Morales with those leg kicks, so I think the leg kicks might be in effect here. Chris Gutierrez gets this one done with the leg kicks on Frankie Edgar. Unfortunately, I think this is it for Frankie Edgar, 41 years old. I know he's going to probably look good for the start, you know, try to be safe with it, but coming on to the end of her, those leg kicks are going to add up, and probably he's going to be put out. Likely a finish for Chris Gutierrez, back-to-back finishes for him, and a hell of a streak. Someone to look out for. Next up, this is a big one. Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is going to be a hell of a fight. This is going to be... Someone's going to be getting paid after this one. I think it's going to be Poirier with that knockout. I know Chandler's good, that front kick, but I think that was a lucky front kick for him. And Poirier on the feet, knocked out McGregor twice. Once with a leg kick, but, he was looking solid on the feet. Has the UFC experience over the Bellator guy, Michael Chandler. And I think the striking is going to be way too much. Way too much. And he's definitely going to be able to defend those takedowns, in my opinion. No problem.
For this one, I was siding with Michael Chandler first. He has good cardio. His hands are like rocks.
Great cardio, yeah.
But, I mean, he's a little wild in his fights, too. He swings heavy, and I feel like that gasses him out pretty quick. Dustin Poirier also hits really heavy. So, I mean, this is one where I think a lot of people expect this to be a finish, KO, and I'm going to go the opposite way. I think it's going to be a decision. I think they're going to both hold out. They're both going to get hit a lot. I think it's going to be just like Michael Chandler and Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Dustin.
I can see that.
But I'm still going to go with Dustin Poirier. I'm going to give Dustin Poirier by decision.
Yeah, I like that pick. Dustin Poirier's the pick. Let's go.
Next up, we got Carla Esparza and Zhang Weili.
360 for Carla.
Yeah.
That boggles my mind.
It does, yeah, for me
too.
I'm
going to snag that, and someone else is too, and that's probably going to drop.
Yeah. Carla Esparza.
That is disrespect.
It may change, but right now I'm thinking Carla Esparza for my dog of the week, honestly. I had her against Rose when she was a dog, and she pulled that one off, and she's a great grappler, great wrestler, and against strikers, if you can dodge those big hands, which I think she will, I think she'll out-wrestle Zhang Weili for most of the fight. And I know it's a 5-round, but I am going to go Carla Esparza by decision. I think she holds out, and she gets this one by a ton of time control and grappling.
Yeah, nothing to add there. Carla is the pick. Very good dog money. 360, expecting that one to drop. And this one might drop too. Alex Pereira, stone hands versus the current champ, Israel Adesanya. Bound to break some records here, but I don't know, man. Alex Pereira, his hands are way too strong. Devastating win over Sean Strickland last fight. I think he gets it done here. Not to mention, he already beat him twice.
Yeah.
And in kickboxing, if you can knock him out in kickboxing, you can definitely knock him out in MMA with the lighter gloves.
Yeah.
So I got lots of money on Alex Pereira for the knockout this weekend. I can't wait to watch this fight. Holy frig.
Yeah, I agree with that pick. I mean, Alex Pereira, we've seen him fight the last couple fights, and I mean, his hands are like stones. Knocks out Sean Strickland. I mean, Bruno Silva gave him a run, but still, Bruno Silva's a great striker. And the only reason he lost against, what's his name there? Guido Canetti, or is it Canetti? No, it's that Gerald Mershaw or whatever. But Gerald Mershaw, I mean, he's a good submission artist and stuff like that. He ended up getting the submission. So I got to go with Alex Pereira. I'd say he's going to be able to
fight. He didn't fight Gerald Mershaw.
What are you talking about? Bruno Silva?
Oh, are you talking about Silva?
Silva.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pereira.
No. I'm saying Silva. Silva's good on the feet,
yeah,
right? But
Silva's
against Gerald, he lost by submission.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got to give it to Pereira. He's way too good on the feet, I think. And Israel Adesanya's not going to threaten the ground. I don't think in any way. It's going to be a stand-up fight the whole time. And I mean, Pereira's just way too heavy hands, so I think it's going to be the TKO for Pereira.
Yeah, hands of stone. Unfortunately, I think this is it for Israel. Usman just got put out. I think Israel's getting put out now.
And the fact that Alex Pereira, bet him 2 times is going to be in his mind big time.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking with him the whole fucking weekend. I can't wait to watch the face-offs and the weigh-ins, everything like that, and see how it goes, see his attitude. And I know Pereira's just going to be nice and calm, just waiting. Because I think Pereira in the back of his mind knows he has this in the bag. Very good underdog, and he's going to be my underdog of the week at that, Alex Pereira. And I'm going to be locking in. Where did my lock go to? It's Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes lock. Alex Pereira underdog. I hit on my lock the last 2 nights. Last 2 weekends. Bound to hit 3 in a row here with Dominic Reyes. 1 and 2 the last 2 for underdogs. Looking to hit this weekend. Alex Pereira, knockout. Wolf, what are you saying?
My dog of the week. Right now, I'm gonna go with Carla Esparza. Right now for the dog of the week. It might switch up. I may end up taking Julio Irsay for dog of the week.
Yeah.
To be safer, but I still think Esparza gets it done. And that would be my dog. And then my favorite for sure, lock of the week anyway, not a favorite. He's still not a favorite, but my lock of the week for sure is Ottman Azaitar. Ottman for sure, I'd say gets it done. I don't know why he's priced at $2 right now. I feel like that will be even money by the time the fight comes, or maybe even Ottman a slight favorite. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to go Ottman Azaitar. Probably by finish, I'd say easily is a lock for sure.
Yeah, a lot of prices bound to drop, so hop on them quick. Make sure to not like the like button, smash the fucking like button, suplex the subscribe button. Thanks for watching the UFC forecast, and we're definitely doing a post-weigh-in show, post-weigh-in face-off show. Loaf?
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing bad, really. Big card coming up. I mean,
and a big parlay we have fucking placed. $80 down to pay out $2,200.
And it's looking really good.
It's looking really fucking good.